Hey guys, it's me, the Trainman himself, and I am back for another video. And today what I'm going to be showing you guys is my new world edit command. Yes, I made world edit. Oh my goodness, how could you do something like that? Well, first to even access it, you need to type in a custom command by signing and closing a book. You drop it, there you go. So, you get world edit, you get a few other things like a band hammer, sword of power, and an off. We're not focusing on any of those this video, so yeah. Anyway, first off we're gonna drop. So we go ahead and we select an area. So let's go ahead and do that. And we get a small box. We can go ahead and expand it. Nope, wrong thing, 50. We can expand it as much as we want. Well, up to 64 on all, so you can expand it like a really huge area. But for today's video, we're not doing that, so I'll just, yeah, there we go. So, and let's go ahead and add something like birch planks here. I'm gonna go ahead and build like a small little box, right, so that you know that all the sides are different, you know, because I have a few features to my world edit command that I really like. So that's the main structure. All you have to do is just keep the name the same, and then you can change any of this stuff. It doesn't really matter. You can even export it, 3D export, doesn't really matter. Just don't load it. Well, I guess you can, it doesn't really matter, but just save it if you want to use that as your world edit thing. So go ahead and you do that. So if I go ahead and drop it again, I get the ability to load my area. As you can see, I loaded it. Cool. It's very actually basic on how I did that. So next, I actually dropped it already, apparently, so let's do it again. So then I used that, so there you go. I changed the rotation of the area. So basically you can do that and then it will reset, then you drop it again. Okay, so you drop it once, that, then you right click again so that you can like select what rotation you want. And then if you right click again, it will rotate at 90 degrees. Alright, we can do 180 degrees. As you can see, the structure is rotating, right? And then you can do 270. I think it's a pretty cool command. So, very simple actually. And as you can see, they're all rotated. And then you could just go back to the normal area and just load it the way that you wanted it. So it's pretty cool. It's very simple. It's very, you know, like good for world edit. It does its job. Oh, okay. So that's my builder apparently. He needs to go. Okay. Okay. But let's go over this. So we're not going to go over the custom commands, we basically did that last video, but we are going to go over main system. Now we're actually going to, no, that's going to be at the end of the video, but anyway, so this right here, it kills an entity named world edit. Yes, world edit, that is its name. Once it does, it will go ahead and tag the nearest player, a tool. So that's like the structure that gets loaded. Well, like when you load the structure with the custom command, it also tags a player with a tool with world edit 1. So the scoreboard on the side of the screen. Then right after that, it will go ahead and load the structure of the map, so you get it back. So then over here, somebody, well not somebody, but what I did was that it titles at the nearest player who's tagged a tool with WE1 select area. So that's just like the little GUI thing that I have going for me. So load the area, right? For each scoreboard value, it's different. as you can see, if I kept dropping it, that's 3, that's 1. I have to get to the next one, right? When I right click on this, it changes it to 6. So that goes 7, 8, and then if I drop again, it goes back to 3, and then it swaps it back to 1. It's a pretty cool system. And then this is just all of this sets anybody who's on WE4 to 1. It's basically just a reset system. Then this changes the rotation, like this shows like that it's going to change the area of the rotation, right? So it's pretty cool. So it's fairly simple. You just drop it, it does stuff, right? And then here, how we did, okay, we're gonna reset back to 1. Now, if I was to be at WE1, which as you can see, I'm on WE2, so let's go to 1, right? Then we're going to, if I right click right now and change it to, well, like this to a map, not into like an empty map, but into a full map, then it clears that from me, and then it will go ahead and it will load the structure SNS, which is the the special structure block that gets loaded so that you can do stuff with it. Then here it just gives you back the map. This is like the custom map structure. So SNS is the structure block that's like powering the select area. Oops, command block bugged out, that happens. It's Minecraft Bedrock, you can't expect anything too great from it, right? This is SNS right here. This is the SNS structure, and it has a custom name in it, SNSIB. I think SNS stands for save, it's like some sort of like structure, something. I don't know. I don't know what I made it stand for, but it stands for something. So, you go ahead and, if you're at WE2, which is the load structure, then it will load SNSIB instead of SNS. So, yeah, it's just like a simple world edit thing. Yeah. And this gives back the map. This right here, we'll go ahead for 3, which is the rotation, right? And then this one is special. It sets my score to 6. So, yeah. And then this just gives me back the map. And then if I'm at 6 and I use the map, then it will load the structure, but with a 90-degree rotation. So, pretty epic if you ask me. Then this one will execute as well to give back the map. And then this one clears me of a map as well. This right here will load the structure in with 180 degrees rotation. And then this one will give me back the map. This one does the same thing, clears me of a map. Then it will load it with a 270 degree rotation. And then it will, you know, load the WE structure. And if you look in here, when you get to 9, it resets you back to 3. So I thought that was a really cool idea. So, yeah. And that's the basic idea of the world edit. That's literally everything, actually. It's not extremely complicated, which I try to make sure to make, like, I made sure of that. So if you right click again, it will go ahead and give you another map. It's really cool. And then if you do that, it goes back to the change of rotation. There you go. So it's kind of annoying for like mobile players, but I mean, you can actually, apparently on mobile, you can make it so that your like power button is the drop button in Minecraft, which I guess makes everything better. This just turns off, because only one person at a time can have the actual world edit, which I know is not that great, but I mean, it's still better than nothing, right? So you go ahead and you drop it, and as you can see, all the items get cleared from you. Also, all of the admin items, you can't have them at all in your inventory. It just automatically clears you of them. That's true. Yeah. Yeah, nobody, so like, if you somehow get your hands on a axe like this one, right, like the 10,001 / give s stone axe 10,001, right? Oops. Oh no. / clear s stone axe. I forgot that there's a difference between that. Okay. It should be the other way around. I forgot about that one. 10,000. There you go. As you can see, it just instantly got cleared out of my inventory. So only admin tools, like people with the selecting thing, are allowed to have these tools. So the map even has a special data value of 100. I recommend that you do the same thing for that. And if you guys want to see like the banhammer and the sword of power one-shots anything. It's really cool. And yeah. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.